Yo, 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 what's happening? Welcome to the Cooler Heads podcast. I'm your host that does the most, as y'all know, Branford Marcel. And today, man, we're gonna talk about Adam22 and Lena the Plug, man. Now look, I had been avoiding this topic for so long because I just didn't really take too much interest in this, but I see that the internet is in an uproar. Twitter is in an uproar. Everybody's talking about this. Andrew Tate is talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. So because everybody seems to care about this, I felt like I had to touch on the situation. So if you guys don't know, Adam22, this guy right here, is a podcaster as well as a porn star. Adam22, he runs No Jumper, which is a LA based media entity where he is led by his podcast, followed by he has other little shows with on his network. He created a network for himself. And on his network, there's a bunch of other little podcasts underneath the No Jumper podcast. He also talks about the news as it pertains to pop culture and things of that nature on his channel, right? And then he's on the side, he's a porn star with his now wife, Lena the Plug. Before they, which is called Plug Talk. So I'm plugging his stuff for those individuals who are into that kind of thing. But yes, he has a separate entity called Plug Talk where him and his wife they fuck on camera and they also fuck other porn stars that come through. It's a setup in the style of a podcast where they interview the girls, talk about whatever they talk about, and then they proceed to have sex on camera. Right. So that's what they've been doing for the last, I don't know how long, 3-4 years or whatever the case it may be. But if you follow this story, it's been a lot that led up to this situation, right? So the main thing is Adam recently allowed his now wife, Lena the Plug, to have sex with a porn star. I forget the man's name, forgive me for forgetting your name, but Jason Love, I think that's his name. Porn star Jason Love, he works for Blacked on Pornhub, and Adam allowed his wife to have sex with her. Now, I know a lot of you feminists might take issue with me saying Adam allowed his wife to have sex with another man, but you have to understand that their relationship dynamic is not an open relationship. They're not in a polyamorous relationship. If anything, prior to this situation, they have been in a polygamous style relationship when it comes to their porn careers. Basically, it was open on one side. Adam was able to fuck other girls with Lena on camera on Plug Talk, but Lena, as far as we know, she's never had sex with another guy on camera until recently. And there's so many different things that we could talk about, but I want to talk about the reasons as to why Adam felt like he needed to do this. But first, let's watch this video. This video has just gone viral because Adam now seems to be taking the position of a cuck. And we know that cucks, they enjoy for their wives or significant others to get fucked by other guys, and they take pleasure in that. So the conversation now shifts to, is Adam truly a cuck? Does he really take pleasure in seeing his wife get railed by other guys, or is he just playing a character here? Now, this video, I guess, was uploaded today where it appears as if Adam bought Lena a new Lamborghini. So let's check that out first.
Okay, Lena, I'm so proud of you doing your first ever BBC scene that I decided that I wanted to get you a little something nice. Open your eyes.
What? This? For me? Oh my god! Babe! I really need to keep
This
this?
is for you. It's anything for my queen.
Oh my god, I have a nicer car than you now. I love it. Thank you.
Look at that. So this man, he bought her Lamborghini, said anything for my queen, for taking her first BBC. So that would imply that maybe in the future there will be more BBCs. Also, he went on to say, she's his lovely queen, all of this, etc., etc. Didn't really seem like that was too genuine. Like it was just acting, them more so trolling the internet more so than anything. And then she said, "Oh my God, now I have a nicer car than you," or whatever. It seems like they're trolling, right? I think that they are trolling. But the question now is Adam truly okay with this? And my position is something similar to DJ Academic's take. He posted on his channel, so you guys go check him out. But yeah, I think that this has more so to do with Adam not making as much money on the No Jumper podcast as it does with him just like being okay with Lena fucking other guys. I think that this is solely a financial decision based on, and in my opinion, is based off of everything that Adam has said leading up to this. There's a reason why they hadn't why he didn't agree for Lena to sleep with other men a long time ago. They've been doing porn for 3-4 years now. Why is she just now having sex with another guy? That, and on top of that, a black guy. Why just now? Why? I don't know if they were doing things off camera, which I kind of suspect. Leading up to this, they probably was doing some swinger type shit that allow him to become comfortable with the idea of allowing her to have sex with another guy on camera. I know that I keep saying allow. I'm sorry, but if they're in a relationship and he says that he's not okay with her sleeping with other guys, and then at some point he agrees to it, now he's allowing that to happen. So don't get caught up on the words that I'm using as much as the context in which I'm using the word. So, for lack of a better term, Adam is allowing Lena to have sex with other guys now. And if you could just go back to other podcasts that he was on where he was talking about just the dynamics, her mentioning it to him at times, asking him about it, and he was saying that he wasn't comfortable with the idea and things of that nature. So that makes me question, like, why now? Why are you now all of a sudden okay with the idea of Lena sleeping with other guys? We have to take into account what's recently been happening at No Jumper. Within the last 6 to 8 months, there's been a lot of turnaround at No Jumper, where AD left. You had House Phone leaving because of Adam exposing him for messing around with a transgender person. Then you have T-Rail leaving because of how Adam handled the situation with AD, not wanting him to really succeed. Then you have Duno leaving because of all of that as well. You have all of these major key players in No Jumper leaving the platform. And you can argue that they were big contributors to why Adam was making the money that he was making at the time, because they were really good on camera talent. If you guys look it up, I'm sure you could find it. But Adam had he was on a podcast where they had asked him a specific question: how much money do you pull in from doing No Jumper? And he was saying, from No Jumper at the time, this was when all of those guys were still there, he was making well over $1 million a month. And we know now, since they all departed, he wasn't really paying them that much money anyway. So you got to think the majority of that money was going to him. And he said that he was making like 6 figures doing Plug Talk at the time with Lena. And he said it was close to $1 million. So you could probably say maybe 500, 600, some $1,000. Let's just say roughly for Plug Talk that he was making. And this was at their apex, at their pinnacle, when they was like really booming and No Jumper was really trending and stuff. And since then, since those 4 guys that I mentioned, AD, Duno, T-Rail, House Phone, since they all left the platform, who does he have now? He signed these other new guys, Court, a few other dudes that really they're not like really connecting with the audience as much. So you would have to think, obviously, logically, that they're not putting up the same numbers. They're not putting numbers on the board like the other guys were. No, the other guys have their own platforms now and they're doing pretty good. And now these new dudes are just like their replacements and they just aren't replacing them very well. So one would have to think that he's not making the same amount of money that he once was from No Jumper, right? So now thinking like it's if I'm Adam, what is like maybe Plug Talk at this point is making more money than No Jumper. And then you're looking at it like how could I really help both of my businesses out? I have to take some drastic measures. I have to do some shit that I'm not necessarily comfortable with doing in order to make a profit. What is the one thing that you can do? Well, you know that there is a demand. People want to see your wife fuck other guys. And you know that there is a demand for cuckery. Like people want to see that. So the logical conclusion that I think Adam came to was, hey man, it's about time for me to break my boundaries and allow my wife to sleep with another guy. And that's what I think happened. It was strictly a financial situation. He did this in order to make as much money as possible. You see, it's kind of working. The whole world is talking about it. Shit, I'm talking about it right now. And this isn't something that I normally would do. But he achieved what he set out to achieve. He's trolling everybody and he's making money in the process. And he's the talk of the town. It helps No Jumper, so now they have plenty of content to talk about. It helps Plug Talk. It helps Lena in her career and stuff like that. It helps the whole situation for him, right? So he might not necessarily care that we're talking shit about him, that we are labeling him as a cuck, and how many men the world over have lost tremendous respect for him. Me, I have lost respect for Adam a long time ago, so this doesn't really change much for me. This is just to me, this is just right on brand with him. Because my take is that Adam is just a whore for money. He has no moral compass. He's willing to do whatever it takes to make a dollar. So that's just my opinion of him. I have been proven right time and time again. He'll flip on friends, people that he so-called call friends. He doesn't have any sense of loyalty to anyone. He would be willing to compromise his relationship. He just got married to this woman. This is the mother of your child. And not to bring the kids into this, because I don't want to go that route, but I'm just saying, he's willing to risk it all, in a sense, for money. I honestly think that if the situation arose, Adam would be willing to do some gay shit on camera for money. Although he is a straight guy, or at least more leaning towards being straight, I think that he would compromise his sexuality to make a dollar. That's how I think about Adam. That's the type of person that Adam seems to be to me. He doesn't have any moral base, no moral compass or anything like that. He's just very hedonistic in his approach. And that's fine. That's cool. He could be that way. I just think that when it comes to the relationship, Lena, I just want to warn her that I just hope for the best. I hope that they could really work through all of this. I personally don't think that Lena is built for that. I think later on down the road, she's going to realize that Adam is starting, and now he switched his mindset. Because the only way a man could truly, in my opinion, be comfortable with watching his wife get piped down by another man is a man that now doesn't see his wife as his wife anymore. He looks at her like she's just a business partner, someone that they're just doing business together, and he doesn't really view her like his wife. It's like somebody that you will really hold dear and really love, and you don't want anything to affect her in any kind of way, because I guarantee it might not happen right now, but later on in the future, Lena is going to have a problem with this, and then there's going to be a dispute about money probably eventually, and she's not going to like the way that she's being treated. I'm calling it right now. So you guys, later on down the road, if this happens, circle back to this video and then retweet this video and clip this part and say like, yo, I was right dead on the fucking money about my assessment on how the relationship turns out. That's just me. But anyway, bruh, I'm out of here, man. That's all I gotta say about this. Y'all comment below. Like the video on YouTube. Check me out. I'll be dropping some more shit pretty soon. Follow me on Twitter, bruh. This is like mainly like a Twitter exclusive for I'm dropping some shit for y'all. So like the video, all that shit. Retweet your boy, whatever. Hashtag Cooler Heads Podcast. And I'm out, man. Peace.